Hello students. So previous class we got to know about the concentration of acids and bases. That means we came to know about how strong and acids will be, and that means we can detect the strongness, that means the concentration of the acids or bases through the universal indicator. Which one? That is the pH paper. So with the help of the pH paper we got to know that we can detect the strongness of the acids and bases. But today the question is, students, do acids and bases and their pH value have the sense only in the laboratory? No, even it does sense even with our everyday life also. So pH plays a very important role in our everyday life, and that we shall discuss in today's class. And that will be the 2.3.1 in your textbook, importance of pH in everyday life, and the related activity to the subtopic will be activity 2.11. Here we will study about the pH, approximate the normal pH value which will be present in the things that we consume daily, and that it will be the table 2.2 in the textbook. So after watching the video you have to fill that table and you have to submit to my WhatsApp number, alright. And the rest activity 2.12, it will be related for the importance of pH in everyday life, in which we will study so what's the importance of pH in plants and animals, or do plants and animals have any sense with the pH or not, and the role of the pH in the soil, and the most important thing, pH plays a very important role in our digestive system, and how that we will study. And one more, the role of the pH, do it has the sense to do with the tooth decaying or not, or what is the responsible reason for the decaying of the tooth, that we will study through this graphical video.
Now let us study the pH of different solutions. For this we have to take pH paper and different types of solutions. And you can see the different types of solution, that will be in your textbook, table number 2.2. So saliva before meals, saliva after meals, lemon juice, aerated drink, carrot juice, coffee, tomato juice, and so on. Now let us perform. Take a pH paper and dip it in a solution of saliva before meal. Observe. You will see change in paper color and compare that with pH chart to know the pH value. So here the pH value of saliva before meal is 7.4. The pH value for saliva after meal is 5.8 and it is acidic in nature. The pH value for lemon juice is 2.5 and it is acidic in nature. Aerated drink has the pH value 6.0 and even it is acidic in nature. Whereas the carrot juice has the pH value 5.6 and even it is acidic in nature. Coffee has the pH value 5.0, it's acidic in nature. Tomato juice has the pH value 4.1 and it is acidic in nature. Whereas tap water has the pH value 7 and it is neutral. Whereas 1 mole of NaOH solution has the pH value 14, which is very basic in nature. And whereas 1 mole of HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, has the pH 0. It's very acidic in nature. The pH depends on the concentration of H plus ions, and hence higher the H plus ions, lower the pH value, and vice versa. If pH of a solution is less than 7, then it is acidic. If it is greater than 7, then it is base. If it has an exact value of 7, then the solution is neutral.
Did you know that when acid rain flows into the rivers, the overall pH of the water reduces? And living organisms cannot survive if the change in pH is too much. In such cases, survival of aquatic animals becomes difficult. What about survival of plants? What's the most important factor for the healthy growth of a plant? Yes, it's the soil. Plants require a specific pH of the soil for healthy growth. Plants cannot grow if the soil is too alkaline or too acidic. So if the soil is too acidic, its pH can be raised by adding lime, which neutralizes the excess acid in the soil. Similarly, if the soil is too alkaline, then its pH can be lowered by adding gypsum or some other substance which can neutralize the excess alkali present in the soil. And does it affect us too? By now, you should know that our stomach produces hydrochloric acid, which helps in digestion. Sometimes, if too much acid is produced, it causes pain and irritation. It can even cause ulcers. In order to treat this hyperacidity, a patient is advised to take antacid tablets or antacid suspensions. And these antacids neutralize the excess acid. Magnesium hydroxide, a mild base, is often used for this purpose. And the reaction looks something like this. The acid is neutralized to get salt and water. What about the pH in our mouth? Yes, the pH in our mouth also has an effect on our teeth. Tooth enamel is the hardest substance in our body and does not dissolve in water and mildly acidic solutions. However, it gets corroded slowly when the pH in the mouth falls below 5.5. But how does the pH fall below 5.5? When we eat food, some food particles remain stuck to the teeth. Bacteria present in the mouth produce acid by the degradation of the sugar and food particles present in the mouth. This is what causes decaying of the teeth. What's the best way to avoid this? We should clean our mouth after eating food. And something even better would be to avoid eating sugary foods. Cleaning the teeth using toothpastes help in preventing tooth decay. Toothpastes are generally basic and hence they neutralize the excess acid in the mouth and prevent tooth decay. The concept of pH also helps in understanding the self-defense used by certain animals and plants. If you've ever been stung by a honeybee, do you know what really caused that acute pain? Yes, it's the acid in that sting which caused the pain. So if we use a mild base like baking soda around the stung area, it gives us some relief. And in nature, there are leaves which have stinging hair and they inject acid upon touching them. Again, we use something which is basic in nature to get some relief. So these were some of the ways in which the concept of pH is used in daily life.
From the video, we got to know that about the pH. It has a very much important role in playing the role for the plants and animals, even for the soil and also the digestive system and with the decaying of the tooth. Along with that, we also come across two new words, that is acid rain and antacid. So acid rain, what does it mean? If the pH value of the rainwater is less than 5.6, then it will be called as acid rain. So if the pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, then it is called as acid rain. So it's a very important question which has been simultaneously asked in your previous examination of your seniors. So you have to keep in mind about the acid rain. So what is acid rain? If the pH value of the rainwater, if it is less than 5.6, then it will be considered as acid rain. And there we come across one more word, that is the antacid. So antacids are nothing but the bases that we will use to neutralize the power of the acid. So such kind of bases will be called as antacid. In the name itself you can see ant. Ant means it has been derived from anti, and anti means it's the opposite. So opposite of the acid, that means bases. So we will use basic solutions to neutralize the power of the acids. So such kind of solutions will be considered as antacids. So what are antacids? Bases are used to neutralize the acids. So if the bases are used to neutralize the acids, then that will be called as antacids. So that's about the importance of the pH in everyday life. And today we shall end up our class here, and the further content will be continued in the next class. But before that, complete your notes and also the explanation notes up to date, and you have to submit it on the prescribed timetable. Thank you.